guys, what's going on? It's Paul here from Survival Drumming School in Australia. Hope you're having a wonderful day and everything's going well and you're well. I've decided to take some time today and review this drum set that I've got in front of me. I've been wanting to do this for a while and I finally have the chance to do it, which I'm really grateful for. So this is the Alesis Nitro mesh, which I'm sure you've heard lots of reviews on it over the years. This is of course the predecessor to the current Alesis Nitro Max. I want to tell you today my thoughts on this kit, why you should buy one, the things to watch out for, and why I bought it. Okay, so first of all, if you like what you see today, I would please invite you to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and please leave some comments if you see fit to do that. That would be great. Okay, so I've owned this kit now for about 4 years. It's really very durable. I've hit this pretty hard. I've made videos with it. I've taught with it. To me, it's actually quite a good kit. I am going to be replacing this in the future only because I'm going to be using this kit in a different capacity. But I want to say off the bat that I absolutely enjoy playing this kit. There's nothing wrong with it. I will be discussing the limitations and shortfalls in very, very shortly. But let's talk about the specs. So first of all, you've got 4 8-inch mesh pads. So you've got a snare drum, which is a dual zone snare. Right. You've got 3 8-inch mesh tom pads. Right. They all have these very high rims on them, but the toms themselves, I don't believe are dual zone. Now, some people have said differently, that apparently you can get shot sounds from the rims. I haven't found that to be the case. So you also get 3 10-inch cymbals. So you've got the hi-hat here. You've got the crash cymbal, which is choked. You can choke it. And you've got the ride cymbal over here. You can see that I've actually added on an extra cymbal. I got the expansion pack, which gave me an extra tom, which I'm not using. It's only as a spare. But I wanted the extra crash cymbal, which is also chokeable, which I actually really like. So that's the main reason I bought it. But I do have a spare tom sitting over there in case one of these fails. You also have, I'll just show you down the bottom there. Hopefully you can see. You've got a bass drum, which I think is 8 inches across. And of course the hi-hat pedal. And I've got to say that the hi-hat, the bass drum pedal that comes with it is absolutely fine. I have no problems with the bass drum pedal. A lot of other reviewers do say that you might want to upgrade your pedal, and you might want to do that. You're most welcome. But the bass drum pedal it comes with is fine for me. So I haven't upgraded that. Okay. You also get the splash sound with the hi-hat controller. Nice thing. Okay. So that's the specs on those. You can, of course, with mesh pads, which is nice, you can adjust the tension as you go around. So it feels more like a real drum kit. So you've got a nice tight snare drum here, and it gets looser as you go around the toms to make it feel like an acoustic drum set. Okay. Now I'll talk about the module really quick. You have you have, let me see, I think you have, it's like 25 drum kits, and 15 of those are customizable. So on the module, I've customized, I think, about 7 drum kits to my liking. You can adjust sensitivity, you can adjust the threshold, you can adjust velocity curve. It's got everything, basically. Everything's just fully customizable. The sounds in the module are not what I would call premium level, but you can get around that. I'll discuss that in a minute. There's a work around that. Right out of the box, I'd say you will definitely want to customize your own kits. You will not want to use the sounds in here because honestly, they're ridiculously mixed. I'll say that much. But you will definitely want to customize your own kits, and you can do that. And once you do that, you will be very happy, I'm sure. Now, as for inputs and outputs, you've got a headphone jack on the side. You've got a left and right mono outputs there. You've also got an extra trigger output for a tom and a crash, which is nice. So when if you get the expansion pack, you'll be able to fill that up. And of course, you've got your power supply there as well. You've also got your volume control on the front. You've got your ways that you can audition sounds. You can press some buttons on the front, and you can audition sounds that way, which is nice. They don't have that on the new Nitro Max module, so this was kind of nice. It's not really a necessary thing, but it's good to have, right? You've got a backing tracks here. So for example, you've got, but that has drums in it. So you can take the drums out by pressing the drum off button. And now when you play the backing track, you've got no drums in there. Now, of course, that's really loud, isn't it? That backing track. So if you go to song mode and you press accompaniment, you can change the volume of the song. So now when I press it, it's a lot lower, so I can play over that. You get the idea. So, I mean, that's really handy to have to practice as a practice tool. I mean, the songs, meh, very, very bad, but they're good to practice over with. They're fun. So you can take out the drums and practice along. You've got a metronome here that's programmable, and believe me, this is very critical. So it'll tell you whether or not you're playing on the beat, behind, or in front. Right. And it will give you on some training exercises, you'll get a visible score on the screen to show how well you did. Comes with a bunch of training exercises, which is nice. You've also got a record function, so you can, of course, press that, and then the click will come on, and then as soon as you hit a pad, you can start recording. and then I'll play that back for you so you can hear it. Wow. So of course, obviously, I need a lot of practice. But yeah, it's really a good handy tool to have to hear how well you're doing. Okay, so you can change the tempo, of course, of the metronome. You can go in and, as I said before, you can adjust sensitivity, threshold, velocity curves, what have you, and everything in the utility menu. All right. So I said you can create your own custom kits. There's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to do that. But yeah, you can just select the voice, and you can change the voices of whatever you want, and you can do to it. You can change the sensitivity and the threshold. As I said, there's lots of different videos on how to do that. I'm not going to show that now. It will just take a long time. But yeah, now why I bought this kit. So I'm going to go back to 2018 for this one. I had a student of mine who was learning drums, and he had the original Nitro drum kit, which was the predecessor to the Nitro Mesh. So it had the rubber pads. At the time, I had a Yamaha DTX 400, which I was practicing on, and I kind of liked the sounds. I kind of liked the Alesis kit. I thought it was quite good. But I pushed it to the side, and I think around about maybe 5 years later, I was in my local Billy Hyde's store, and they are having these on clearance. So this one was an X-Display model. So I hopped on and tried it, and I really, really kind of loved the sounds that were coming out of the module. So I lay-byed the drum kit, and eventually I purchased it and brought it home, and you know, here it is. And so it's a wonderful kit. I have had this, you know, for 4 years now, and I don't regret buying it. It's a great purchase. Now, of course, it's been replaced by the Nitro Max, but you'll be able to find one of these drum sets on Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace or eBay for a pretty good price, I'm sure. Of course, you know, it does have its flaws. So I'm going to say I think the biggest flaw is the rims. Yes, it does have high rims. I don't know why they did that. It's quite annoying. But, I mean, if you position them very carefully, like I've got them positioned so that I don't really hit the rims as much as, you know, I should. So I'm not really a very small player, and I'm not really a tall player. I'm somewhere in between. So I've got these positioned just right where it's absolutely fine for me. So let's address the another elephant in the room, the kit, the size of the kit. It is on the smaller side, I do agree. But for me, it's not really that much of an issue. I'm actually fine. I don't need to put it on any risers or anything. It sits fine for me. At times, I do hit my knee when I'm practicing on the snare drum. That does happen, but I wouldn't call this a deal breaker. This is okay. And again, you've got workarounds with that, with drum risers, and you can get balls to put underneath all the legs so that it will raise it up. So yeah, so there's that. Now another thing that people have said is the durability, how it wobbles. I've positioned everything pretty tight. I don't have a problem with, nothing wobbles when I play it, put it that way. It could be that maybe there are some harder hitter players that maybe, you know, might catch the rims and causes the rack to wobble, but when I play, right, you can see the rack doesn't wobble at all. It's fine. So it's fine. It's really fine. Tighten everything down, but just be careful if you do purchase this kit. Be careful that you don't over tighten the screws. I have over tightened many screws and they've split, and they're not. They haven't been covered for me. So, fortunately, with the expansion pack that I got, some of the screws on that particular tom, were spare for me, so I could put them on here. So just be very, very careful, because the notion is to really tighten the screws hard. Believe me, don't do that. You'll regret it. Okay, because the wing nuts themselves are plasticky and do break easily. But overall, it's a great kit. It's really very well worth the investment. I should go through some of my other kits for you so that you can hear for yourself. So the one that you've got there is kind of like a very staccato type kit because I'm a bit of a funk player. I'm more of a funk and jazz player, really. So I like the tight sounding snare with the toms. I think I wanted to tell you as well that if you with the ride cymbal, if you hit it harder, you can get a bell sound, but you have to hit it pretty hard. So to get that sound happening, and the ride cymbal's not chokeable, by the way. So let me show you some other kits. These are some of my my customized drum sets. Okay, so this is my rock one. So this is kit number 25. Okay, this one's, I think, is kind of another funky one, but it's the snare has a little bit more ring to it. Okay, I've got a China here over here. It's very nice. Okay, we've got a double pedal metal kit. My double bass drum is very, very bad, so I can only show you basically. It's embarrassing, so I'm not going to go on with that. Okay, so I'm still learning double bass anyway. All right, now we've got another high pitched kit here. So this is kit number 28. Okay, that's user kit 28, right? You've heard my staccato funk kit. Okay, then I've got one I've got a a cross stick here, right? Okay, so you can program or map a nice click sound to the snare here because it's dual zone. But you can't get a rim shot as well. It's unfortunately not available. It's got to be either. And then the last one I wanted to show you was my percussion kit. So I've got a snare drum, like a marching snare, right? Then I've got bongos, timbali, and I think that's like another bongo or conga, right? Crash cymbal, vibra slap, and a cowbell. All right. Right, so you can have lots of fun creating your own kits, making your own custom drum kits, okay? So that pretty much wraps up the video. It's on the Alesis Nitro Mesh, okay? The predecessor to the Nitro Max. If you've got any questions about this kit, please hit me up and ask away. I'm happy to discuss anything. Like I said, if you are looking at purchasing one of these, make sure if you're buying it used, make sure that all the wing nuts are working properly. But as I said, don't over tighten them. That is the one thing you don't want to do, because you'll have nothing. They'll have nothing to hold it up, basically. They are probably easy to source out and replace, but why would you do that if you don't have to break them in the first place? Okay. The bass drum pedal, once again, very, very fine for me. Make sure that when you use the bass drum pedal that the felt part is facing away and you've got the plastic part hitting the bass drum tower, because apparently that's going to run down the felt on your bass drum pedal. And I think it might do damage to the kick tower as well. I'm not sure about that, but anyway. Yeah, so that's about it. It's running through a Roland, I forgot to mention that. It's running through a Roland PM10 amplifier, which is wonderful. And yeah. So my final thoughts on this drum set, it's definitely worth it. If I had to go back and do it again, I wouldn't hesitate. This drum set is sturdy, it's durable, stood the test of time. It's easy to fold up and store. You can just, with all the pads on, you have to take anything off. You just fold everything down very, very carefully. You can fold the cymbals down because they have hinges here. And everything folds up into a nice shape, and you can just store it anywhere. It's a very lightweight rack too. It's not heavy. I wouldn't use this for busking. I have thought about it, but I think even though it's a small and compact kit, I think just for me to take out on the street might be a problem. So I have other drum kits for that. But listen, guys, thanks very much for tuning in and watching my video. It's a great kit. You won't regret buying it. It will last you for a few years. When I say that, I mean you might want to upgrade it in a few years' time, but this is perfect for someone starting out. It's perfect for a hobbyist. It's great for an intermediate and pro player who wants to have a great practice kit. Yeah, it's very expandable. You can expand it with some other accessories and whatnot. Just keep in mind though, if you do buy this kit, if you do source this kit brand new, which I don't think you can now, but just keep in mind that you do not get a throne, you don't get a drum stool with this, okay? And is the only thing. I think you get sticks in the box, so that's good too. Alrighty. So thank you very much for listening and watching. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks again.